Evan's multi-tool bit into the cargo pod's seal. Sparks flew. The lid buckled under his wrenching pull. A small form spilled into the shuttle bay's glare. Gray skin, oversized eyes like polished obsidian, limbs too thin for a child her size. She scrambled upright, no bigger than a human 8-year-old. The universal translator in Evan's ear crackled. "Are you my daddy?" He froze. Armed security flanked him, rifles trained. Captain Venn barked from the catwalk. "Rook! Back away!" The girl, Miri, the logs called her, ignored the guns. She darted past boots and barrels. Her clawed fingers snagged Evan's sleeve. Evan knelt. "Hey, easy. You're safe now." She tilted her head. Those eyes locked on. The translator hummed again. "Are you my daddy?" Before he answered, she released him. She toddled to the nearest Marine. "Are you my daddy? No fear. Just the question." Insistent. The Marine sidestepped. "Negative, Captain. She's not hostile." Miri moved to the next. "Are you my daddy?" Then the engineer. Same words. Rejections rippled through the crew. She circled back, planted herself before Evan. "Are you my daddy?" Evan's gut twisted. Lost kid, first contact, and she's latching on. He shrugged off his jacket, wrapped it around her shivering frame. "Let's get you somewhere warm." "Rook!" Ven's voice sharpened. "Quarantine protocols." Now, Evan scooped her up. She weighed next to nothing, nestling against his chest like she'd always belonged. "On it, Captain." Security cleared a path. Miri buried her face in his neck. No struggle. Trust, instant and baffling. Medbay quarantine hummed with scanners. "Doctor." Hunter Carter hunched over her tablet, earpiece glued in. "Evan, set her on the bunk." Gently. He complied. Miri clung tighter. "It's okay," he murmured. "Doctor's gonna help," Cartier tapped furiously. "Her species, Rylari, sent her in that pod as part of a distress beacon. But this phrase, 'Are you my daddy?' It's not literal. My algorithms parse it as, 'Are you my anchor?' My protector? Imprinting behavior. She's choosing you." Evan rubbed Miri's back through the jacket. "Why me? You're the first she saw clearly." "Rylari? Young Bond, fast to survivors. It's survival instinct." Alarms blared. The comms lit up. Captain Venn strode in, flanked by 2 guards. "Incoming hail!" Their envoy ship just jumped in. They want the child. Now. Miri whimpered. Evan shifted her to his hip. "She's scared, Captain. No one's taking her till we sort this." Venn's jaw tightened. "Protocols, Rook. First contact." The main screen flickered. Envoy Teralsa filled it, elongated features stern under a ridged brow. Their voice boomed through translators. "Human vessel. The Rilari claims kinship. Release Mirivek to my custody." She invokes the bond writ. Cartier leaned in. "Envoy, clarify. What does she mean by daddy?" Teralsa waved a frilled hand. "Literal. She seeks a new progenitor. Legal claim under Accord 47. The one who freed her pod accepts responsibility. Or forfeiture." Evan's arms tightened around Miri. She peeked out, eyes flicking between faces. "Are you my daddy?" she asked Terelsa. The envoy recoiled. "No, fledgling. I am envoy." "State your anchor." Miri twisted toward Evan, repeated the question, louder. Teralsa pressed. Human mechanic. You pried the pod. Bond forms. Deliver her or face tribunal. Then crossed her arms. She's on our ship. Our protocols. No evidence of threat. Evan watched Miri. Her claws kneaded his shirt, not scratching. Seeking. Captain, she's a kid. Lost. Whatever this bond is, she's picked me. I'm not handing her over to argue legalese. Kadir nodded. Evan's right. Biometrics show elevated stress in her when others approach. With him, cortisol drops. It's working. Terrell Sa hissed. Irrelevant. Rylari law. Our law says we protect children. Ven cut in. Stand down, envoy. We'll negotiate. The screen blanked. Tension thickened the air. Miri tugged Evan's collar. Daddy. Evan met her gaze. Yeah, kiddo. I've got you. Ven exhaled. Rook, you're on babysitting till we resolve this. Kadir, refine that translation. I want options. Evan carried Miri to the bunk. She settled, jacket cocooning her. He sat beside, offering a ration bar. She nibbled, eyes never leaving him. Hours blurred. Scans confirmed no pathogens. Kadir fed data to the envoy ship. Debates pinged back and forth. Mary dozed against his side, her breathing evened. Claws relaxed. Evan didn't move. Mechanic's hands, grease-stained, stroked her crest gently. First contact drama? He'd fix it like any jammed hatch. A soft chime. Kadir whispered, Evan, new pass. Daddy means pack guardian. Rilari form families this way. She's not asking for biology. She's claiming you as family. He glanced down. Miri stirred, murmured the question again. Affixed. Darausa hailed once more. Concession. Temporary guardianship to the human. Permanent bond requires mutual right. Prove worth. Then smirked. We'll manage. Miri's eyes cracked open. She beamed up at Evan. Grabbed his finger. Squeezed. Evan squeezed back. Problem solved. For now. But the envoy's last words lingered. Right. What kind? Quarantine lights dimmed. Miri snuggled closer. Evan stood watch. Security rotated shifts outside. Then paused at the viewport. You're good with her, Rook. Didn't expect that from a wrench-turner. Fix what's broke, he said. She's not. Miri dreamed softly. Evan pieced it together. Alien kid. Human heart. Bond forming. The shuttle bay waited below, pod still open. More might come. He'd be ready. Captain Ven's voice crackled over intercom. Rook. Incoming pods detected. Multiple signatures. Miri bolted upright. Daddy! Evan lifted her. Together. Doors hissed. They stepped out. Armed crew waited, but Miri pointed ahead, trusted. Evan walked forward. Guardian now. Family forming. Captain Ven jabbed a finger at Evan. Rook, set the child down. Step back, now. Evan froze in the medbay's harsh light. Miri perched on the exam table beside him, her sharp eyes darting between the armed security team. 4 officers gripped stun batons, visors down. One raised his weapon higher. Humming charge. Building. Miri squealed. She launched off the table, tiny claws snagging Evan's jumpsuit. She scrambled up his chest like a feral cat, burrowing into his neck. Her body trembled against his collarbone. She used him as a shield. Evan's arms snapped around her instinctively. Easy, he murmured. He slowed his breathing, deep and steady. Out! He mirrored the calm hand signals he'd seen in shuttle sims for panicked passengers, palms open, slow circles. Miri's shakes eased, her sharp eyes locked on his. She pressed a clawed hand to his jaw, mimicked the circles back. Dr. Kadir tapped her tablet furiously from the corner station, recording the phrase, "Are you my daddy?" Repeating intent. Rewriting translator now, filtering for Rylari bonding protocols. Evan held still. Miri's weight barely registered, warm and fragile, her tail coiled around his arm. Secured. Then stepped closer, baton holstered, but hand hovering. Rook protocols. We don't know her vector status, or what she's carrying. She's scared, Evan said. Flat. He kept breathing slow. Miri matched him now, chest rising and falling in sync. Kadir's tablet chimed. Pass complete. Daddy isn't literal. Rylari imprint on Guardians during trauma. She's claiming pack bond. Safety anchor. The raised stun baton whirred louder. Officer Hale. Evan recognized the nameplate. Edged forward. Captain, it's advancing. Miri hissed. Claws pricked Evan's skin, drawing pinpricks of blood. She didn't break eye contact with him. Evan shifted, blocked Hale's line of sight with his shoulder. Stand down, Hale. She's a kid. Ven's jaw tightened. You're a mechanic, Rook, not xenobiology. Fix what's broke. Evan squeezed Miri's back gently. She purred, a low vibration against his throat. Kadir nodded. Bond stabilizing her vitals. Heart rate dropping. No pathogens detected yet. Hale lowered the baton a fraction. But his grip stayed, white-knuckled. Evan glanced at the viewport. Quarantine lights pulsed red. Outside, the shuttle bay hummed with activity. Pods incoming per the earlier alert. Miri stirred, murmured into his neck. Daddy! Evan's gut twisted. Not biology. Pack? He nodded against her head. Yeah, got you. Ven exhaled. Temporary hold. Kadir hailed the envoy, explained the imprint. Terosa's voice crackled through the comm seconds later. Hologram flickered to life. Tall, iridescent alien with frilled neck scales. Human. The youngling's claim activates right of guardianship. Prove worth or forfeit jurisdiction. Evan tuned it out. Miri clung tighter as med scanners beeped clean. Kadir leaned in. Rylari form families this way. She chose you. Mutual right seals it. Then crossed her arms. We'll manage. Rook, you're on watch detail. No separation. Evan nodded, scooped Miri fully into his arms. She beamed up, grabbed his finger, squeezed hard. He squeezed back. Quarantine lights dimmed to amber. Medbay doors hissed partway. Security rotated outside. Ven paused at the viewport. You're good with her, Rook. Didn't expect that from a wrench-turner. Fix what's broke, he repeated. She's not. Miri snuggled closer. Her dreams came soft whimpers fading to sighs. Evan pieced it together. Alien kid. Human heart. Bond forming. The shuttle bay waited below. Her pod still open. More signatures inbound. Captain Ven's intercom crackled. Rook. Pods docking. Multiple Rylari life signs. Miri bolted upright in his arms. Daddy! Evan lifted her higher. Together. Doors fully opened. They stepped into the bay. Armed crew lined the deck. Batons ready. Rifles slung. Miri pointed ahead. past the line, at the docking clamps. Evan walked forward, steady strides. Her trust weighed more than any tool belt. Terrell Sa materialized in person, escorting 3 pods. Scales flared in agitation. Human Guardian! The brood arrives. They sense her claim. Evan halted 10 meters out. Miri wriggled, straining to see. A pod hissed open. 3 smaller Relari tumbled out. Littermates. Siblings. Sharp eyes fixed on Miri. She chirped, loud, pointed at Evan. "Daddy!" The brood froze, then surged forward. Security tensed. Hale raised his baton again. Evan stepped between. Arms out, Miri on his shoulder. Hold. The brood skidded to a stop, sniffed the air. Miri's tail flicked, signaling. Terrell Sa raised a frilled hand. They test the bond. 1 broodling, slightly larger, bolder, darted close, clawed hand outstretched to Evan. He knelt, slow, offered his palm. Miri leaned down, touched noses with the newcomer. Purrs rippled through the group. Ven's voice cut in. Scans, clear. Stand down. Hale grumbled, but complied. Evan rose. Brood clustered at his boots. Miri directed them with chirps. Terrell Sa approached. Eyed the scene. Extraordinary. Humans anchor without right. Rylari younglings reject lesser guardians. Evan shrugged. Just steady. Pods fully unloaded. 5 more Relari. Adults. Elders. They formed a semicircle. 1 stepped forward. Matriarch? Voice translated soft. Plain, proven, partial. Full right requires trial. Hunt. Protect the pack from shadow. Evan blinked. Miri tugged his ear. Trusting. Ven smirked beside him. Shadow? Kadir checked her tablet. Cultural. Simulated threat. Or real? Alarms blared. Bay lights flickered. Terralsa hissed. Shadow comes. Probes detected. Hostile signatures. Evan tightened his hold on Miri. Brood huddled closer. Crew scrambled to stations. Evan eyed the open pod. Jammed hatch? No. Scans showed breaches. Fix what's broke, he muttered. Miri beamed. Pack ready. He moved to the nearest console. Fingers flew over diagnostics. Then, seal outer bays. Route power to shields. She nodded. On it. Terrelsa watched. You command without dominance. Plugged in his multi-tool. Overrode clamps. Probes slammed the hull. Thuds echoed. Brood chirped along. Miri clung. Daddy. Evan stood. Safe. Shields flared blue. Probes sparked, veered off. Terrell Saw bowed fractionally. Worth proven. Right complete. Pack joins human vessel. Ven grinned. Welcome aboard. Miri squealed delight. Brood piled onto Evan's legs. Evan knelt again. Let them climb. Tiny claws everywhere. Family formed. In the chaos. But base sensors pinged. Larger shadow. Inbound. Evan rose. Pack on his back. Shoulders. Arms. Together. They advanced as one. Hull shuddered under probe impacts. Evan gripped the diagnostic console. Miri and her brood clinging like living armor. Sharp claws pricked his coveralls without breaking skin. He punched overrides. Power to forward emitters! Captain Ven barked from security station. Diverting now. Shields at 80%. Terrelsar loomed nearby. Frills flared. Human vessel weakens. Yield the brood. My authority. No. Evan's voice cut flat. Fingers danced over panels. Scans lit up. Massive shadow blotting sensors. Tendrils probing weak points. Brood chirped warnings. Tiny head swiveling. Miri patted his cheek. Daddy fix. He jacked in his multi-tool. Alien code flickered. Familiar patterns from the pod. Rerouting auxiliary grids. Energy surged. Emitters blazed white-hot. Shadow recoiled. Tendrils shearing off in plasma bursts. Brood trilled victory. Taralsa stiffened. Efficiency unmatched. Then whooped. Clear! It's bugging out. Evan exhaled. Pack loosened grips, but stayed close. He knelt, prying Miri free. Her sharp eyes locked on his. Big, safe. Alarms silenced. Baylight steadied. Crew exhaled, slapping backs. Dr. Kadir approached, tablet glowing. Evan, that was textbook. But Miri's speech, translator updated mid-fight. We need clarity before Taralsa pushes claims. Taralsa hissed agreement. The child's query binds legally. Are you my daddy? Invokes right of anchor. She must return for adjudication. Evan scoped Miri. She nestled in. Not happening. Kadir knelt level with Miri. Little one, say again. Device hummed, projecting hollow options. Icons of family, guardians, hunters. Miri tilted head. Chirped slow. Translator cycled. Pack leader, nest maker, Shadowbane. She paused, pointed straight at Evan. Hard, Daddy. Kadir nodded. Intent confirmed. Not literal paternity, protective bond, cultural anchor for lost young. Taralsa waved frills. Precisely. Right demands species oversight. Transfer her now. Evan stood over my tools. He carried Miri to a quiet bay corner, away from prying scans. Grabbed blankets from emergency kit, draped them into a tent. Pulled a work lamp, bright, steady, glow. Set it central. Added soft crate padding, his multi-tool within reach. Your spot, grounded. Miri beamed. Crawled in. Brood piled after, arranging themselves precise. She dragged his dropped rag inside, mimicking his white-down motions. Then, conned from across bay. Rook, Taralsa's filing jurisdiction writ. Commands on hold, but I just logged emergency custody. Child safety protocols. Your guardianship pending review. Evan grunted approval. Good call. He resumed shuttle checks. Methodical. Miri emerged, toddled after, copied his crouch by leaking panel. Mimicked tool twirl. Brood fanned out, fetching loose bolts. He glanced, smiled, faint. Like that. Check seals first. She nodded solemn, patted panel. Chirped approval. Taralsa watched, optics narrowing. Imprinting accelerates. Dangerous without right completion. Kadir cross-checked tablet. Her actions say trust. Evans providing stability. Pushing transfer risks trauma. Evan ignored debate. Moved to next shuttle strut. Tightened clamps. Miri shadowed exact step. Kneel, twist. Brood hauled tiny scraps, stacking neat. Routine synced. Bay hummed with it. Crew paused. Work watched. One tech muttered. Kid's a natural mechanic. Evan ruffled Miri's head frill. Soft spines tickled fingers. She leaned in. Trust solid. Then strode over. Custody hold approved provisional. Buys tied till fleet arbiter. Terralsa. Envoy deflated frills. Unprecedented. Human compassion disrupts protocol. Kadir's tablet pinged sharp. She scanned. Eyes widened. Full translator matrix online. Miri's query. It's not just bond. Legal trigger. Evan straightened. Miri froze mid-copy, eyes on Kadir. Details? His voice steady. Kadir read aloud. Are you my daddy? Formal plea for right of anchor. Answer accepted via protection trial. Shadow event qualified. Imprint permanent. Pack transfers to anchor's vessel. Full rights. Terralsa recoiled. Impossible. Must be adjudicated on homeworld. Miri chirped insistent. Pointed Evan. Daddy. Brood echoed, clustering his boots, then crossed arms. Looks settled to me. Evan knelt again. Pack climbed aboard. Warm weights everywhere. He met Terralsa's gaze. She's safe. We're back. Envoy hesitated. Frills twitched calculation. Data supports. But larger implications. Alliance precedents. Bay doors hissed. New ping. Incoming diplomatic shuttle. Sensors flagged envoy reinforcements. Kadir pocketed tablet. They're not done arguing. Evan rose, pack secure. Miri tugged ear. Together? Always. He eyed the docking feed. Fresh shadows on scopes. Not hostile yet. But Miri's grip tightened. Brood bristled. Something stirred in the patterns. Evan frowned at readouts. Anomalous signals weaving through the fleet. Then alerted stations. All hands. Miri chirped alarm first. Sharp eyes caught it. A cloaked probe, slipping past outer pickets. Not shadow. Something slyer. Evan moved. Pack ready. Round 2. Doctor. Kadir's voice cut through. Evan, wait. The translation appendix. Miri's right includes pack expansion. She's calling more. Scans bloomed. Dozens of pods incoming. Brute signals. Lost young. Homing on the anchor. Terralsa world. Fleet-wide. The imprint cascades. Evan tightened hold. Miri beamed up. Family big. Hull trembled. Docking clamps engaged. Bay flooded with cries. Tiny voices seeking daddy. He exhaled calm. Tools out. Let's build more corners. But outer sensor screamed. True shadow loomed behind the pods. Massive. Hungry. Pack howled challenge. Evan grinned grim. Humans and aliens scrambled as one. Family grew. Fight called. Then sealed hatches. Rook, you're on point. He nodded. Advanced into storm. Miri rode shoulder. Daddy strong. Brood swarmed consoles. Tiny claws flew. Rerouting power instinctive. Evan layered human hacks atop. Shields tripled. Terralsa directed from Orc station. Pod vectors clear. Young secure. Pods latched. Hatches popped. More sharp-eyed young tumbled out, zeroing on Evan. Imprinted instant. They piled on, boosting signals. Shadow struck. Hull groaned. Evan braced. Hold! Kadir translated live. They're amplifying your commands. Pack. Net. Evan called shots. Then, flank emitters. Terrell, jam their core. Chaos synced. Probes shattered. Shadow fractured under combined fire. Silence fell. Bay overflowed with brood. Dozens now, all eyes on him. Terrell bowed deep. Right evolved. Human anchor supreme. Then laughed. Welcome to the family ship. Miri snuggled close. Evan knelt in the pile. Tiny forms everywhere. Trust absolute. But command pinged Fleet Admiral. Rook, explain the armada of kids. He stood, pack draped full. Found family. Protocols be damned. Laughter rippled. Larger Hook waited. Homeworld response inbound. But for now, safe corners multiplied. Routine expanded. Pack unbreakable. You, human thief. Envoy Terralsa thrust a clawed finger at Evan. Voice booming through the docking bay translators in Galactic Standard, then native tongue, then emergency human English. Kidnapper of the young. Surrender, Miri, now. Evan stood firm amid the brood pile. Miri clutched to his chest. 24 sharp-eyed younglings draped over his arms and legs like living armor. The shuttle bay thrummed with fresh tension. Captain Ven's security team fanned out. Rifles low, but ready. Doctor. Kadia hovered at a console, her translation rig humming. Terrell stormed forward, iridescent scales flashing under bay lights. 4 guards flanked the envoy, each twice Evan's height, energy lances humming. Under vexery law, unbound minors revert to clan custody. Miri imprinted prematurely. You hold her, illegally. Evan shifted Miri higher. She buried her face in his neck. Tiny claws, kneading his jumpsuit. Daddy, she whispered. The word a soft anchor through Kadia's earpiece. Not happening. Evan's voice stayed level, mechanics calm. He scanned Terralsa's credentials on his wristpad. Official envoy seal, but no child welfare certs. Prove you're safe for her first. ID, custody quals. Home coordinates. Full packet. Terralsa's crest flared red. Insolence! I am Terralsa of the Third Nexus. Miri is vexery young. Her bond claim is void without right completion. Hand her over, or we quarantine this station. Broodlings hissed in unison, a ripple of static that made the lights flicker. One tugged Evan's sleeve, eyes locked on the envoy. Ven stepped up, hand on holster. Stand down, envoy. This is human space. No handovers without verification. Kadir tapped her console. Evan, I've got a live session prepped. Miri can demo the bond. Let her choose. Evan nodded once. He knelt slow, brood, adjusting like a living blanket. Miri peeked out, sharp eyes narrowing at Terralsa. Let her walk it off, Evan said. Proximity test. Standard protocol. Terralsa hesitated, then waved guards back. Proceed. Her rejection will confirm theft. Kadia knelt too, voice gentle. Miri, show us pack bond. Who's safe? Miri slid from Evan's arms. She toddled 3 steps toward Terralsa. Paused. Envoy crouched, arms wide, cooing in native clicks. Miri tilted head, then spun. She bolted back, slamming into Evan's chest. Claws dug in. Daddy! Back. Kadir's rig beeped confirmation. Intent clear. Not literal paternity. She's selecting guardian by touch and proximity. Vexery pack bond active. Terralsa surged up, Lies. That is binding selection. Untrained human cannot anchor a young. It dooms her neural net. The envoy's voice sharpened. Release her, or I invoke quarantine. All humans confined until Homeworld extracts the brood. Evan rose, Mary riding his shoulder now, brood reforming ranks around his boots. One youngling synced a tiny pad to his wrist unit, boosting signal strength. We've fought off shadows together. Saved your pods. She's chosen. Prove your custody beats that. Ven crossed arms. Data logs show Miri initiated contact during first pod breach. Evan's been primary since. No coercion. Turalsa's guard shifted, lances humming higher. Envoy's eyes darted to the brood pile. Dozens strong, all zeroed on Evan. This multiplication. How? Right, incomplete. Kavir pulled up holologs. Cascade imprint. Miri's bond amplified via your pod signals. They followed her lead. Human stability triggered it. Evan felt Miri's warmth steady his pulse. He'd fixed shuttles under fire, jury-rigged life support on dead hulks. Kids, new territory. But abandonment, never. Call your homeworld. Get real calls. Till then, she's with Pack. Turalsa snarled, crest pulsing. You force escalation. Quarantine beacons deploy in 5 cycles. Guards activated wrist units. Red pulses lit the bay, then barked orders. Security. Lock airlocks. Kadir, jam those signals. Chaos sparked. Broodlings swarmed consoles again, tiny claws flying. One latched to Evan's pad, rerouting power. Shields hummed up. Evan scooped a tumbling youngling mid-leap. Easy. We hold. Miri patted his cheek. Daddy fix. Turalsa lunged forward. Stop. You corrupt the net. Evan sidestepped. Ven's team forming war. Corrupt? We saved them. Your shadows nearly ate those pods. Envoy froze. Shadows? You repelled the brood reavers? With younglings? Kadir nodded. Evan coordinated. PackNet boosted commands. Your vectors cleared because of it. Turalsa's crest shifted. Blue now. Thoughtful. Guards lowered lances a fraction. Data. Verify. Evan held position. Brood clung tighter. A humming shield of trust. Minutes ticked. Kadir patched logs through. Turalsa reviewed holofeed. Evan advancing into storm. Miri on shoulder. Younglings hacking shields. Shadow fracturing. Silence. Envoy bowed shallow. Efficiency. Unprecedented. Human anchor holds. But eyes hardened. Binding persists. Homeworld demands full evaluation. Miri returns with me. No. Evan met gaze. Not without her choice. Miri wriggled down. She marched to Turalsa, touched Envoy's claw. Paused, then retreated fast to Evan, climbing leg-like ladder. Pack Daddy. Kadir translated live, reaffirmed. Proximity lock unbreakable. Turalsa vibrated. Frustration. Respect. Stubborn Mamu. Very well. Provisional custody granted. But I remain. Observe. Report. Ven holstered weapon. Station protocols. Allow liaison. Quarters assigned. Brood dispersed slightly, exploring bay corners. One youngling offered Evan a glowing crystal. Signal booster. He pocketed it. Routine shifted again. Evan knelt for Miri. She nuzzled close. Trust layered thicker. but comms pinged. Admiral's voice. Rook, envoy inbound. Custody dispute flagged. Hold position. Taralsa smiled thin. Homeworld fleet arrives dawn cycle. True right begins. Evan stood. Pack. Reforming. Dawn. Protests. Family held line. Hours blurred into prep. Evan welded extra bunks in the mechanic bay, Brood helping with instinctive tweaks. Miri supervised from perch, directing siblings. There, strong. Kadir coached translation phrases. Pack bond vocabulary expanding. They're teaching us neural sync. Van Ran drills. Evan, your core now. Protect the nest. That Al-Sa watched from corner, logging every move. Guard stood down, but eyes tracked. Night cycle fell. Brood piled in sleep huddle around Evan. Miri center, claws gentle on his hand. Safe. He stroked her crest. Practical fix, one kid at a time. But dozens? Pack grew, dawn, klaxons wailed. Sensors lit. Vexari fleet, massive spines gleaming. Shuttles, detached. More envoys. Taralsa straightened. High Matriarch arrives. Judgment imminent. Evan rose amid stirring brood. Miri gripped tight. Daddy, ready. Bay doors cycled. New figures emerged. Taller crests gold. Lead matriarch scanned pile, zeroed on Evan. You. Anchor human. Voice thrummed. Claim the young. Conflict reignited. Pack tensed. Matriarch's gold crest flared. Claim the young. Anchor human. Evan straightened amid the brood's low growls. Miri clutched his leg. No time for words. Station klaxon screamed. Red lights strobed. Containment locked down, blared the intercom. Quarantine wing sealed. All power diverted. Lights died. Bay plunged black. Brood chirped. Panic. Doors slammed shut behind the Vexari delegation, trapping them. Miri yanked Evan's hand. Dark, go. She pulled him toward the mechanic's access panel, like she'd mapped it in her sleep. Evan scooped her up. Hold tight. Brood clustered close, 7 small forms, spines quivering. Taralsa barked orders in Vexari tongue. Matriarch's voice cut sharp. Human. Release. No release. Evan kicked the panel open. Emergency hand crank gleamed faint from glow strips. He spun it hard. Gears ground. Door hissed partial. Throw! He boosted the nearest broodling. It scrambled. Others followed in a tumble. Miri rode his shoulder claws gentle. Taralsa lunged. Custody violation. Guards moved. Evan slammed the panel shut. Crank locked it. Dark tunnel swallowed them. Brood huddled at his feet, eyes glowing soft blue. Quiet, he whispered. Comms crackled static. Power out meant no signals. Goal. Core station. Conflict. Collapsing wing. Outcome. Survive first. Miri chirped low, pointed left. Evan nodded. Maintenance tunnels twisted narrow. He crawled. Brood single file behind. Pipes hissed steam bursts. Air grew thick. Footfalls echoed ahead. Vexari security? Evan froze. Miri trilled sharp. 3 rising notes, then drop. Danger signal. He veered right. Bulkhead groaned ahead. Left path. Sparks flew. Metal buckled. Gas hissed toxic. Good call, he murmured. Miri preened against his neck. Tunnel forked. Evan chose wide brood, panted. Smallest lagged. He backtracked, hoisted it piggyback. Miri directed, chirp left, pause right. Hours blurred. Sweat stung eyes. Glow strips faded. Brood synced breaths to his pack rhythm. Comms flickered alive. Rook, report, Captain Ven's voice. Lockdown tunnels, Evan grunted. Brood safe. Miri leading copy. Marking path. Ven sharp. Evan pulled spray paint from belt. Yellow arcs on walls. Tape strips at turns. Done. Follow yellow. Security rerouting. Hold core breach 05. Matriarch's voice intruded. Human defies right. Young mind. Negative. Ven snapped. Child chose guardian. Protocols shift. Evan pushed on. Bulkhead ahead. Sealed tight. Crank again. Muscles burned. Door grated open to sublevel glow. Brood spilled into auxiliary bay. Ven's team waited. 4 armored, rifles low. Qadir beside, tablet glowing. Evan! Qadir waved, translations holding. Miri's chirps mean nest danger pattern. Miri leaped down, nuzzled Qadir's boot, then back to Evan. Brood piled around him. Van knelt, scanned. No trackers. Good work. Terelza burst through side hatch, matriarch looming behind. Gold crest, pulsed, fury. Thief. Legal claim binds young to fleet. Evan knelt. Miri climbed his arm. Daddy, she said clear. Brood echoed, fragmented, but same root. Matriarch froze. Scanned them. Imprint complete. Back anchor you. Then crossed arms. She's asking protection. He gives it. Human standard. Charalsa. Hist. Homeworld law. Station law first. Then cut. Power surge caused lockdown. Vexari shuffle interference confirmed. Matriarch's spine smoothed. Interference? Sabotage? Qadir nodded. Fleet spines disrupted grid. Unintentional? Eyes turned. Matriarch signaled envoy. Datapads lit. Whispers rose. Evan stroked Miri's crest. Brood seckled. Smallest yawned, curled on his boot. Claim stands, Matriarch rumbled. Evan met her gaze. They stay safe. That's the claim. Silence stretched. Matriarch tilted head. Human competence. Noted. Right adapts. Doors cycled wide. Core station lights blazed. Med teams rushed. Brood chirped excitement, but alarms pinged new. Sensors screened. Hull breach ventral. Intruders. Ven spun. Boarders. Miri stiffened. Chirped urgent fleet pattern, but wrong. Matriarch snarled. Rival clan. Challenge right. Evan stood. Pack rose with him. No running now. Defend the nest. Evan scooped Miri onto his shoulder. Her claws dug in light, steady. Brood clustered at his heels, chirping tight patterns. Hull breach alarms wailed. Red lights strobed the corridor. Ven barked into her comm. Security to ventral bays. Seal bulkheads. Armory teams. Non-lethals first. Teralsa spun toward the matriarch. Crests flared. Rival spines breach right. Defend claim. Matriarch's spines locked rigid. She signaled Brood. Young ones formed ranks. Spines humming charge. Evan felt the vibration through his boots. Qadir thrust a datapad at him. Evan, look. Translation matrix locked. Evan glanced down. Miri twisted to peer. The pad glowed with a web of Vexari glyphs. branching to human words. Core phrase pulsed. Are you my daddy? Linked to a cluster. Stable protector. Anchor bond. Pack anchor. Not father, Kadir said. Job title. Right role. She asks for guardian. Imprint sealed it. Evan nodded once. Miri chirped, tapping the pad. Her sharp eyes locked on his. Orders thumps echoed from vents. Metal groaned. Then waved them back. Evan, brood to med bay. Secure the young. No, matriarch rumbled. Pack defends nest. Human joins. Evan tightened grip on his multi-tool. Tri-bar extended vibro edge humming. Mechanic's best friend. Nest stays together. Taralsa hissed protest. Human protocols. Ven cut in. Station law. He's crew, broods under protection. Clangs grew louder. Sparks flew from a grate. 3 rival Vexari burst through. Slimmer builds, red crests spiked aggression. Spines crackled energy. Matriarch lunged. Her brood flanked, spines firing arcs. Blues zapped red hides. Rivals dodged, countered with net launchers. Evan dropped low. Miri clung tight. He swung the pry bar, caught a net midair, shredded it. Brood chirped approval. One rival targeted the young. Evan charged. Tools sparked against spine armor. Rival recoiled, spine shorting. Anchor! Miri yelled. Clear through the pad speaker. Evan pulled her down. Shielded the brood with his body. They piled behind spines linking shields. Ven fired stunner bolts. 2 rivals dropped twitching. Last one snarled. Fled into ducts. Alarms eased. Med team swarmed. Matriarch scanned the downed. Scouts. More come. Taralsa activated holocom. Fleet icons bloomed. Reinforcements inbound, but claim right stalls. Evan knelt amid the brood. Miri slid to his knee. Smallest brood nuzzled his hand. He met her eyes. Sharp, trusting. Doctor. Kadia crouched beside. She's locked on you. Imprints cultural. Needs proximity. Evan nodded. He sat flat on the deck. Eye level with Miri, pointed to himself, patted chest. Then gestured wide to Taralsa and Matriarch. Shuttle. Fleet. Stay. He tapped his chest slow. Go, pointed to Envoy. Miri tilted head. Crest, pulsed, soft, blue, calm. She reached out. Tiny claw tapped Evan's chest firm, then her own. Anchor. Word echoed from pad. Anchor. Stable protector. Brood chirped unison. Tap their chests too, Evan exhaled. Ruffled her crest gentle. Got you. Matriarch watched. Spines smoothed. Right accepts. Human fills role. Tarelsa stepped forward. Crest neutral. Joint custody. Escort locates origin pod. Bonded anchor travels near. Fleet law bends for competence. Ven holstered stunner. Station concurs. Shuttle preps for jump. Kadir tapped pad. Phrase map confirms. Daddy. Back term. Not blood. Duty. Evan stood. Miri climbed arms seamless. Brood trailed like ducklings. He felt their warmth, their trust. Mechanic's hands, steady on tools, now on them. Corridors shook. New alarms spiked. Sensors screamed. Multiple signatures. Ventral bays compromised. Matriarch snarled. Main force. Defend! Evan gripped tool tighter. Pack tightened around him. Miri chirped battle rhythm. No debate, no. They moved as one. Then, lead point. Breach teams, converge. Terrosar signaled fleet. Shuttles hummed distant. Evan scanned ducks. Rival shadows flickered. He pried a panel loose, tossed flashbang from armory kit. Blinding pops echoed. Brood spines amplified the flash. Rivals yelped, spines blinding white. Flank left, Evan called. Practical fix, cut power relays. He slammed tool into junction box. Sparks flew. Section lights died. Rivals silhouetted. Matriarch's team pounced. Claws pinned. Spine subdued. Miri pointed sharp. There, Evan spun. Last rival lunged from shadow. Net whipped. He rolled. Brood scattered. Smart tool sliced net. Counter swing cracked armor. Rival crumpled. Miri chirped victory. Then cuffed it. Clear, for now. Med teams dragged wounded. Station core stabilized. Terrell-Sa approached Evan. Human anchor noted. Origin trace. Fringe system. Pod crash lost. Matriarch nodded. Escort forms. Pack travels. Evan adjusted Miri higher. Her weight light right. Brood bumped legs, eager. Kadir smiled faint. She's family now. By their law. Not law, Evan said. Just doing right. Shuttle bay doors cycled. Fleet craft docked sleek. Joint crews mingled. Human techs. Vexery spines. But Coalsoul pinged urgent. Kadir checked bad. Pod signal active, but jammed. Pirates? Miri stiffened, chirped distress. Evan's jaw set. Pack hummed, ready, no rest. Hunt began. They boarded. Engines drummed. Jump coordinates locked. Rival shadows waited in the black. Anchor held firm. Brood settled around Evan. Miri nestled chest. Anchor. He stroked crest. Stars streaked past viewports. Family forged in fire. Defend the nest. Evan thumbed the glowing pad. Interim Guardian protocol accepted. Miri's spines quivered against his chest. She nestled closer. The Vexari matriarch hummed approval from across the shuttle bay. Dr. Kadir nodded. Oversight shared, human command, and Vexery pack law. Envoy Terrell-Sa extended a data tendril. It linked with the pad. Bond logged. Human Evan Rook. Anchor confirmed. Captain Ven crossed her arms. Good. Mixed species team forms now. Rook, you're Miri's handler. Cleared for travel to Origin system. She tapped her comm. Techs. Spines. Gear up. Kadir, linguistics lead. Matriarch Crash, your brood scouts. Brood spines flashed eager blues. Evan stood. Miri clung tight. Her sharp eyes scanned the team. Wait. Felt right. Pack. Ready. Shuttle thrummed into jump. Stars blurred. Evan checked harnesses. Miri chirped questions. Kadir leaned in. Her words anchor on you. Daddy means protector in Vexari fringe dialect. Not literal. Evan grunted. Doesn't matter. She's safe. Brood bumped his legs. Trust built in bumps. Docking clamps locked. New station loomed. Fringe hub. Neutral turf. Treaty chamber doors hissed open. Evan stepped through. Miri perched on his shoulder. Mixed team flanked. Humans in crisp uniforms. Vexari's spines alert. Envoy Terrell-Sa led. First contact precedent sets here. Chairs circled the hollow table. Captain Venn took human lead seat. Matriarch Kresh claimed Vexari's spot. Diplomats filed in, stiff aliens from core worlds. Envoys with flickering auras. Terosa activated the core holo. Pod crash data spun. Child origin, Vexari pod. Lost in pirate raid. Human intervention noted. Evan sat. Miri slid to his lap. She watched faces, sharp eyes darted. Room tension hummed. A core world envoy rasped. Child reclaims under law. No human jurisdiction. Van leaned forward. Shared oversight. Protocol signed. Terosa's spines flickered. Bond overrides. Observe. Doors. Cycled again. Miri perked. She slipped down, padded across the chamber floor. Tiny claws clicked on deck plates. All eyes tracked. She stopped center, faced the circle. Spines. Pure white. Voice piped clear. Kadir's translation matrix live. Are you my daddy? Silence crashed. Envoys stiffened. Matriarch Kresh hummed low. Core world alien barked. Irrelevant query. Custody transfers now. Miri turned slow. Eyes locked, each face. Humans held breath. Vexari's spines tensed. She circled once, paused at Terausa. Are you my daddy? Envoy's spines dimmed. No, little one. Miri moved on. Core envoys. Are you my daddy? They recoiled. Auras flashed denial. She reached Ven. Are you my daddy? Captain met her gaze. No, Miri, but Evan's got you, Miri chirped. Continued Evan. Sat still. Heart steady, her path clear. Brood watched from edges. Kadir whispered, intent over words. She's choosing anchor. Miri bumped his knee. Looked up. Spines blazed trust gold. Pointed square at him. You, my daddy. Room froze. Terosa tendrils whipped data. Bond affirmed. Public declaration. First contact precedent sealed. Holo recorded. Envoy nodded to Evan. Human Rook, invited to return ship. Pack escort. Origin world awaits. Core envoys protested. Legal claim. Teralsa cut. Child's claim supersedes Vexari law. Then smirked faint. Team moves with Rook. Pirate signal traces here. She tapped hollow. Jamsors blinked. Nearby nebula. Matriarch Kresh rose. Hunt packs now. Brood spines. Ignited hunt red. Evan scooped Miri. She burrowed in. Daddy. Word hit soft. He stroked crest. Got you. Team mobilized. Shuttles prepped. Evan checked gear. Tools. Medkit. Harness for Miri. Brood clustered. Kadir synced translators. Her dialect evolves. Trust deepens it. Then clapped his shoulder. Your steady Rook. Child picked right. He nodded. Practical. Just right. Launch bay thrummed. Joint shuttles undocked. Nebula loomed dark. Pirate signatures pinged. Vexari scouts fanned ahead. Spines cloaked in shadow tech. Humans powered scanners. Evan monitored Miri. She pointed at scopes. Bad shadows. He adjusted. We fix it. First contact sparked. Pirate drones swarmed. Evan slammed countermeasures. Jammers fried. Vexari pounced. Claws sheared hulls. Human beams lanced precise. Wreckage bloomed. Lead ship decloaked. Hail cracked open. Surrender pod data, then broadcast. Stand down. Vexari claim. Pirate captain snarled. Fringe salvage. Matriarch overrode. Child anchor human. Yield. Brood boarded fast. Claws subdued crews. Evans stage shuttle. Miri safe. Kadir patched logs. Pod recovered intact. Docking complete. Treaty chamber reconvened. Pirates cuffed. Pod central. Miri chirped at it. Evan set her down. She patted hull. Home. Toralsa sealed. Holo. Precedent. Human compassion binds cross-species. Return protocols open. Evan signed addendum. Oversight locked. Miri climbed back. Brood bumped legs. Pack hole. Captain Venn saluted. Handler Rook cleared full travel. He boarded Vexari return ship. Engines purred deep. Stars wheeled to origin. Miri slept chest deep. Spines soft blue. Evan watched viewports. Pirates trailed in custody. Treaty held. Family chose him. Anchor firm. Jump engaged. Origin world called. Shadows cleared. Nest defended. The console pinged faint. Unknown signal pod black box. Kadir frowned. Deeper origin. Not just crash. Miri stirred. Eyes sharp. Evan gripped tool hunt continued. Pack hummed. Ready. Daddy's watch never ended.